I would recommend Studyiq mock interview very highly, and the experience was very good. The arrangement of the institute and the coordination of the faculty members, they were really good.
Yes, it was a good experience and I recommend it to others as well.
I will highly recommend everyone who is preparing for civil service, especially for interview.
My overall experience was very nice. I would highly recommend people to give mocks here.
The quality of board members were very good. So yes, I will definitely recommend it.
Definitely the interview experience was very good.
It was an overall nice experience, and yes, I would be recommending it to others as well.
Yes, ma'am, certainly.
Yes, I would recommend.
I would definitely recommend.
I will recommend you highly that you should have once a conversation in Studyiq as well.
Sir, may I come in?
Please do come inside. Brijesh, please have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
So, how are you, Brijesh?
Sir, I am fine.
So, what did you have for breakfast today?
Sir, I had poha and chai.
That's wonderful. Poha and chai, it's my favorite too. But why did you have poha?
Sir, because I was in a hurry, so it is very faster to get poha, sir.
So, bread and jam is equally fast. You can take it in hand also while running. You need not have a plate.
Sir, the place that I am staying currently at Gujarat Bhavan, today there was no bread and butter, sir.
But a lot of people have poha for breakfast. It's quite a established breakfast. Why so?
Sir, I don't know why poha is so much famous, but for in my case, sir, it is, I enjoy eating poha because it has tomato, onion and other beetroot and other things which I enjoy eating, sir.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you eat what you enjoy. Excellent. I understand you're a mechanical engineer. So, will it be possible for you to define mechanical advantage for me?
Mechanical advantage of what, sir?
Anything. Definition of mechanical advantage. I'm not talking mechanical advantage of a thing.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about this term, sir.
No problems. Not at all. It happens because you're not testing your knowledge. So, let me take you to another state. And now that you are an IAS aspirant and you qualify, and the Home Minister calls you and he compliments you, and thereafter he says, last time we implemented CAA, there were a lot of riots in Shaheen Bagh and other things. And he says, Brijesh, give me one amendment that we should make to it so that there are no riots this time. What will be your take on it?
Sir, the act has been passed, and the things like protest and other things, it is very much basic essence of democracy. So we should not avoid this, or we should not try to curtail it. But as long as it is within the bounds of law.
What is your advice to the Home Minister? Do you want an amendment or don't want an amendment? That's all, plain simple.
Sir, I think there is no need for any amendment. But sir, at the same time, more policing and law and order things can be taken care of properly, sir.
Very good, very beautifully handled. And I was quite impressed at you. Foreign relations is your international relations.
Yes, sir.
Is your forte. That's good. If you're in a meeting and the Pakistani gentleman walks up to you and he says, in India the secularism is dying. Look at Ka, look at UCC, look at Ram Mandir, look at 370, Triple Talaq. One minority has been hounded. How will you defend yourself when this Pakistani diplomat challenges you with this data?
I would just say him that first of all, look at your records. You are no one to preach me. Our democratic institutions, independent judiciary and constitution is working well, and all the things that you have mentioned.
He understands this. Please understand. He is asking you. You have to satisfy him. And if you're telling him to look into your own country, then we are really not doing a good job.
But sir, if I am preaching someone a particular thing, then first of all, I should follow it. Sir.
First of all, issue kya hai? The question is, do you believe secularism is not dying?
Sir, I don't think so, sir.
Then give the reason for that.
Sir, I believe that our checks and balances and other institutions like judiciary are very well established, where if someone has an issue with particular law that you mentioned, and most of the things like CAA and Article 370 has stood the test of judiciary. So, sir, I don't think so.
So we'll rest this question here. We'll move to the next point. Now, our budget is is just being consolidated now, and one of the gentlemen walks up and he says that nuclear, we've been wasting money on nuclear energy, making submarines, making aircrafts, making missiles. From 1945 till now, for 80 years, there's been not a single nuclear weapon used. Let's dump the nuclear thing and put all this money to make India Viksit Bharat in 2047. What will you take on it?
Sir, I do not look at things in zero-sum game, like if I have invested money in nuclear, then my other monies are not being utilized in other place. I believe that it is a sum-sum game, and even if I'm using this energy on nuclear, I'm using this money on nuclear energy, it has other benefits like renewable energy or the civilian aspect. But at the same time, sir, we are seeing that there is increased rapid nuclearization around our neighborhoods, where China has increased their stockpile, and so is the case in Pakistan. So that we cannot get.
Pakistan has become nuclear after us. 98 we did 74, then we did 98, and then Pakistan became nuclear. They say we want to be a member of UNSC, and at the same time we are creating conditions where the nuclear proliferation is being done. We are destabilizing the region.
Sir, India has always talked about universal disarmament, and it should not be discriminatory. So India, and the condition why India adopted nuclear weapons, it was her basic requirements. For example, China, where we had a war.
Thank you. I enjoyed interacting with you. You performed very well with me, Brijesh. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Good morning, Kishorbhai.
Sir, I am Brijesh.
Brijesh. And Kishorbhai
is my father's
name. All right. Coming back to the IR, Trump has announced a policy with respect to South Asia way back in 2017. Are you aware about it?
Sir, I'm not sure about any particular policy, but he once remarked that
it was called US presidential policy towards South Asia and Afghanistan.
Sorry, sir, I have not heard about it, sir.
Recently, Indian Foreign Secretary held discussions with the representative of Taliban. Are you aware about these interactions?
Yes, sir. Our Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri, sir, interacted with the Talibani counterpart and their Foreign Minister in Dubai, sir.
You mean Foreign Secretary Mr. Mistri's counterpart in Afghanistan?
No, sir. The representative from Afghanistan was their Foreign Minister, sir.
Because we do not recognize that government, therefore we cannot call it counterpart. Please remember, unless that is there. And what is the difference between the first dispensation headed by the Taliban, that was from 1996 to 2001, when they were pushed out, and the current Taliban government, quote unquote, the government? What is the qualitative difference, if there is any?
Sir, there is some sort of continuity as well as some sort of change. Continuity in a sense that they are still denying women their rights and also banning music and other things, where they are going with their rigid fundamentalist policies. But on the other hand, sir, the Taliban 2.0 seems more pragmatic than what it was earlier, sir. For example, with respect to India, sir, earlier there were instances of allowing Afghan foreign land for the terrorist attacks in India for the launchpad, and the IC-814 happened. But this time we have seen more mature Taliban, where they have always talked about cooperation with India and also applauded India's humanitarian efforts that have been implemented in Afghanistan, sir.
Who is the founder of Taliban?
Sorry, sir, I am not able to recall.
Is there two Taliban? What is TTP?
Sir, it is Pakistani version of Taliban, which is Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, where they also want to impose a Sharia law and Taliban regime in Pakistan, sir. So they are fighting Pakistani state at the northwest frontier and other regions, sir.
Northwest frontier still it is called Northwest frontier?
Sir, it is called KPK, sir.
KPK.
Yes, sir. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
What is India's policy towards Central Asia?
Central Asia is our extended neighborhood. So that government has a long-standing policy of engagement in the terms of economic cooperation as well as energy security, where India is creating INSTC and other instruments where we can connect with Central Asia from Afghanistan and Iran, from Iran, Afghanistan to Central Asia, sir.
What are India's strategic interests in Central Asia?
So there are few, like first is that the Central Asia should not be, there are instances of radicalization and other things, so that stable Central Asia is in our interest. Second is about energy security, where Uzbekistan and other countries have uranium resources where we can cooperate. And also thirdly, Central Asia is a good market where India can have economic engagement, sir.
Total population of Central Asian countries?
Sorry, sir, I'm not about it.
Uranium, Kazakhstan has got more uranium than Uzbekistan.
Okay, sir.
Do you think that we failed to read the situation in Bangladesh?
Sir, to an extent we can say that we caught off guard in the case of Bangladesh, where the protest erupted to an extent that the current Prime Minister had to leave the country, so that to an extent we can say that it was some sort of misjudgment on our part, sir.
Then current Prime Minister had to leave the country. Why did we fail to read the situation?
Sir, I guess we were of the opinion that it is another protest which had happened in Bangladesh, and the then ruling dispensation will deal about it. But this time the process has its intensity much higher than what it was earlier, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hi, Brijesh. So you come from Banaskantha, but before that, you've done your BTech in engineering.
Yes, ma'am.
Then why PSIR?
Studying mechanical engineering academically and preparing with it for the competitive exam is a two different thing. And sir and ma'am, mechanical engineering was something, though I enjoyed it, but I was not sure whether I will be in the top percentile in the civil services in the mechanical engineering. While the PSIR has a different outlook, a good subject, topics are very broad in nature, where one can have a good understanding and can develop a good personality, as well as it has a very wide range of overlap with the GS subjects.
Very practical and honest answer. But why only PSIR? There are many subjects which have lesser syllabus and have equally wider, concepts. Why only PSIR? Why not anthropology? Why not sociology?
Ma'am, when I decided to prepare for this exam, there were certain optional subjects like Gujarati literature, mathematics, anthropology, sociology, and PSIR, which I decided. Then for Gujarati literature, I read some books like Saurashtrani Rasdar and other, but I was not able to comprehend what it wanted to say. And for the anthropology, which has shorter syllabus, but ma'am, in my case, I have studied my whole of the schooling in Gujarati medium, and this anthropology has biology related background, where there are very much terminology is very much technical in nature, while it is not the case with PSIR and sociology. So in that too, ma'am, I thought that IR is something which I would love to study. That is why I opted for PSIR.
So what is Banaskantha famous for?
Ma'am, Banaskantha is famous for two things. One is a temple of Ambaji, which is of goddess Parvati, and second is of Banas Dairy, ma'am.
So what is so special about Ambaji temple, and how is it different from other Shakti Peeths?
Ma'am, it is one of the 51st Shakti Peeth that have in our Indian subcontinent, and it is said that this Shakti Peeth has the heart of goddess Parvati, ma'am. So it has its historical and mythological significance to it.
No, but there is something very specific about this temple that you're missing. What is it, the difference that it has? How is it different from other Shakti Peeths?
Sorry, ma'am, I need to look into it. I'm not aware about it.
Please do look into it. So basically, it has no idol.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. There is Sri Yantra is there, where it is worshipped Sri Yantra in the form of...
Say that in the first go. Yeah, and what is Sri Yantra and why is it worshipped?
Ma'am, Sri Yantra has certain writings on it, and there are some boxes are there, but I'm not sure that why it is worshipped, ma'am. I need to look into it.
Please do. And what was the other thing that you mentioned?
Banas Dairy, which is world's largest producer of milk as district wise.
And is it also famous for Amul?
Yes, ma'am. It is part of Amul Corporation, GMFCCF.
Okay, you come from Gujarat.
Yes, ma'am.
So which is the richest village in Asia?
I have not heard about it, ma'am.
All right. So what are some of the major decisions taken by Trump on his first day as in the second administration?
Ma'am, the major one was withdrawing from WHO. Then he has also signed some of the executive orders regarding illegal migration and other things. And also he has talked about imposing 100% tariff on BRICS nations.
And the relevance from Indian perspective?
Ma'am, the WHO thing, where India and WHO has a lot of ground level partnership, where various diseases like HIV TB and non-communicable diseases with Indian government and WHO are dealing at the ground level in India, it may have an impact. Also, USA is one of the, or let's say, largest assessed donor of WHO. So withdrawing US from the WHO may have its impact on the WHO's projects around the world, including India. And the second thing about BRICS nation, where Trump has called India a tariff king, where so we need to deal about these things about tariff and reciprocity aspect. And the third thing about illegal migration, where there are large instances from, let's say, Gujarat and Punjab and other region where illegal migrants are using ways from Central America to Mexico to USA. So this has to be dealt, and deportation of migrants.
So what is your opinion on his perspective of India as a tariff king? Do you agree with Trump, or what would be your disagreements?
From our perspective, why we have kept the tariffs, it is because our requirements, like we have to protect our industry, and so is the case with Mr. Trump. So that we have to strike out a fine balance in between these two things, man. That we have to open our market to an extent, and Mr. Trump will reciprocate it to an extent, because he is not coming from particular political background, rather he is a businessman, so he looks things transactional in nature, so that we have to work it out, ma'am.
Thank you, Brijesh.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, Brijesh.
Hello, sir.
As I can see from your DAF, you scored 86% in 10th standard, 79% in 12th, and 69.5% in mechanical engineering. So this does not seem to be too impressive score. Yet you decide to come for the most prestigious exam, appear for it, and you aspire to become an IAS officer. Why is it so?
Sir, the successive decline in my percentage marks is, there are many things to it, but one of the thing is, like, when I took the science and engineering to an extent, then I realized that it is not something that I want to study, or these things were not going practically to my head. So I decided that there should be other career opportunities which I should look into. So I looked into GRE, MBA, then research and other aspects. And then also I was part of this teaching adoption program as teaching assistant and village adoption program, as well as I was in NCC. So this motivated me to look into these things of civil services and all, which I found quite interesting and convincing to me. That is why I decided that I should take a chance. And civil services examination, to its nature, treats everyone equally, whether someone is from IIT or someone is coming from very humble background. They have equal chances, and people in past have cleared this exam from humble background. So I thought that I might have a chance to it, sir.
Teaching is basically what motivated you to enter into the services.
No, not particularly teaching, but when I visited villages and other things, so I thought that these are the things like teaching or taking care of sanitation and other things, which are interesting and which I like to learn more about it, sir.
You could have joined some kind of NGO if you were interested in that sort of work. Why civil services?
There are two things to it. NGO has a very particular domain, and let's say what a particular NGO achieves in, let's say, 1 or 2 years as an administrator or as an IAS officer, 1 or 2 signature of mine can have a larger impact on the people, and also on the part of administration or civil services, because it is a job which gives you money to do the welfare of others and holy work. So I decided that it has broader scope and impact on the public at large, sir.
Are you aware about Han Kang? She is a Nobel laureate.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it.
Okay. Since you have an interest in chess and you have participated in some tournaments, why is it so that India's stature in chess internationally has risen just recently, and we haven't produced much of grandmasters before?
Sir, anything to flourish internationally, let's say in any particular sports, we should have a particular background and push that should come. That came from the stalwarts like Vishwanathan Anand and Koneru Hampi. So it inspired the younger generations. Now the post-pandemic era is a time where those young chess prodigies have become 18-19 years old, where they are showing their magic at the international level. Also at the same time, sir, there are institutions which have came into existence like West Bridge Anand Academy and others. which are providing a support to flourish the Indian chess. And on the side of broadcasting and other things, there is increased curiosity among people to learn more about chess and how India is doing in chess. So these are the multiple factors which contributed to chess becoming popular in India in recent past.
Tell me 5 things that you learned from chess that will make you a good administrator.
First thing is that I love to play blitz and rapid chess, where one has to take instantaneous decision whether to move a bishop or to move a rook, which if translated to bureaucracy or administration, then one should have the capacity to take instantaneous decision in the time of crisis. The second thing is about the planning and execution aspect, where if I am planning to move a pawn 2 steps ahead, then I should have all the options available that what will happen if an opposition is making one particular move or other particular move. This is the second aspect. Third is about concentration and as well as the focus aspect of chess, which helps in administration, sir. So as of now, I am able to think only 3 of this.
Okay. Thank you, Brijesh.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brijesh. We enjoyed interacting with you. If you could just step out for a minute. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Sir, may I come in?
Please do come inside, Brijesh. Please be seated. So, Brijesh, was this your first mock or you given mocks before this?
Sir, I have given 2-3 mocks, but this is my second interview, sir.
Understand, it's either 2 or 3. It can't be 2-3.
Sir, I have given 2-3 mocks for this attempt, but I also appeared for personality test last year, sir.
2-3 mocks means 23 or 2 or 3?
Sir, 2 or 3.
2 or 3 or 2 or 3, or you're specific or not?
आप ये कहिए 2 में हुए या 3 में हुए?
This is your third or second?
Approximately, you can say approximately 3.
Third mock.
Third mock. So this is what we want you to understand. The whole endeavor is to be specific. It is your life. We have no idea whether you've taken 2 mocks or 3 mocks, and it does not make a difference, but it should make a difference to you. So it is imperative that you start being specific. That's one major endeavor that we would like to, because otherwise you get a feeling of being casual, take it easy attitude, ki hame koi chinta nahi. So that is a very counterproductive attitude. So please work on this. Like poha was a very classical example. If you really look at it, poha has got huge amount of nutritional value. Your parents are giving it to you and it's been there for ages. There's huge amount of protein, carbohydrates, fats in it. The kind of stuff that it has, the kind of glycemic.
And top of it, tasty.
The glycemic content and how it is, why it is designed, why poha is. Then I realized that probably you're doing things not even realizing it. The panel is actually giving you an option to show depth. But it is up to you, how do you exhibit this depth? This is all about you, it's your personality. So please be very careful of it. Like you, when asked what are the things that you have learned from chess, probably patience could have been one of the major important. And had you exhibited patience in dealing with all the questions that have been given to you, smart people listen to the question, they absorb the question. They take a couple of seconds to organize their thoughts in a logical, cohesive, coherent fashion before delivering it. If that comes to you, you will definitely do very well. Your command of language is good. And we are definitely not looking at your knowledge now. We're just trying to see in various conditions, when you're pitted, how will you deal with the thing? There may be places that you don't know. Humility should be very important. Probably not like, I will give you a classical example of when you're talking with the Afghan Talibans. Women are not allowed singing and other things. And other things does not make, it is a casual attitude, जैसे हम सड़क पे बात करते हैं. But if you're aware of education, other rights, then I start understanding, yes, he is the man of great credence, credibility, who understands. And when he gets into the chair, he'll be able to deliver. But when you make it look casual, then I realize, normal aadmi. So that is where the thing is, think about things. You're a strong candidate. And especially the way you talked of chess, the 3 points that you brought out were absolutely remarkable. Absorb this, make it your personality. Quick decision making, but being patient at the same time. Understanding, planning, and execution. Those are concentration, focus. These are great qualities that you told, but exhibit in your personality as well when you're dealing with the where energy levels are good. We would very strongly recommend that first of all, please, when your interview is on 30th, so avoid wearing this red tie. Wear a tie which is probably blue or black, which is more, unless you're Trump. You're wearing a ring. What ring is this? Then I again realized that you are doing things without being even aware of it. This is what we call as a situational awareness. I'm in a situation, I'm wearing something on my body and I'm totally oblivious of it as to what it means to me.
Okay.
So either don't wear it. If you wear it, be fully aware of it. Invite him to ask you a question. बताओ भाई कौन सा पुखराज है, किस प्लैनेट को इम्पैक्ट करता है, क्या चीजें हैं, अब राशि दोष क्या, सब बता सकते हो.
Okay.
Otherwise, avoid wearing this white socks.
Yes, sir, I'll not do it.
So please avoid. This is what we call as the physical manifestations which you can immediately do it. And rest of the mental things, like what we talked of. When you are talking of secularism, what we are trying to see is your critical thinking. How do you look at the government policies? How do you look at the luminaries? How do you look at the population? There are so many ways that you can defend yourself instead of talking of Supreme Court and other things. If we are aware of what is happening in this country, if we are grounded people, we understand what is a perception and what is the reality. Is there any difference in when the Gramin ये आवास योजना में कि ये मुसलमान को दिया जाएगा या हिंदू को दिया जाएगा, टॉयलेट बन रहे कोई हिंदू को दिया जाएगा कोई मुसलमान को दिया जाएगा, ऐसा है कुछ, बेटी बचाओ. Then when you understand all these policies, why are you not able to do it? Why are you not are able to see the population growth? Had there been any, if you look at Pakistan, what has happened from 25, they come to 2.3. When you are aware of all these things, and this happens when you acquire depth, that is what is international relations about. So try to think little deeper. Mechanical engineering, mechanical advantage क्या output over input है.
Okay, efficiency.
Simple चीजें हैं. The panel is not PhD. Panel is just common people who just have little look into a whole lot of these things. Otherwise, a great issue. You are going on 30th January. Perhaps the budget is going to come after 2 days, and Indonesian Prime Minister would have come into for 26 January. There may be a lot of things, defense deals, etc., will be happening. So there may be a lot of things which will come from the current affairs, which we have not dealt with presently. So I would very strongly urge that please run through the newspapers, and when you're reading the newspaper, please make 2 to 3 points, 3.4 points from everything. If gentleman from Indonesia is coming, उसका क्या नाम है, क्या आ रहा है, हम ब्रह्मोस सेल कर रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं, all those things you must be aware of. वो G20 का कब थे, अभी ट्रोइका में कौन है, to understand what is happening around, be aware of it. Otherwise, good performance. Are you reading, listening to news?
Yes, sir.
Which news?
Sir, I'm reading Indian Express and The Mint.
That's pretty good. News, do you listen to the news?
Sir, I watched First Post in YouTube. Sir.
First Post Vantage are not bad, but I would recommend now is the time to start listening to news, not the views, because Palki Sharma Upadhyay also has a views in certain aspects. But do listen to Doordarshan News, listen to Rajya Sabha, so that you make your views, not have a pre-polarized views of a certain gentleman or a lady. So start looking into it. Otherwise, great performance. Learn to smile, make good eye contact, and be specific. Be specific. That's the name of the game. Do be aware of various things which Sir had asked about, especially in Pakistan, what America, now when Trump came in, there were major change which happened, which had never happened before. So study about all these things. Otherwise, a great performance. We are sure you will be able to do very well. Understand only subtle difference between being confident and overconfident. Smart people are confident and not overconfident. Otherwise, great thing. Anything, sir?
आप जब इंटर किए हैं, your language medium is English. You just say either namaste or good morning. Don't do two things.
Second thing is your articulation. You need to be more cogent. It seems as if your articulation is fragmented. So try to weave in your ideas and articulate in a more polished manner, Brijesh. Study IQ is, we are here to enhance your personality. A, in your appearances. B, in your articulation. 30 minutes, this is what you have. You have already performed in written. The moment you enter, how you present yourself to the members, how you sit, and how to articulate, and when you don't know answer, then how to respond it. You can't be seen telling the members, sorry, I have not heard about it. You have to be little polite. So the study IQ is here to enhance your appearance and articulation, which is cogent, coordinated. Of course, feedback will be given, sir has already given you. You need to go little more deep on regional and bilateral issues. In case of Bangladesh, look at the SAARC, the current situation, map India's interests and stakes in South Asian countries, beyond South Asia at global level, current instant government of India. So these are the things, and rest of things already communicated. Please internalize this feedback. I am sure you are going to perform well, but internalize, take the feedback, give yourself 2-3 days, improve on that, because it seems something is going from your side is like sometimes bombardment, where it should be like you're throwing flowers on the members. 30 minutes, your objective is to make it sure that you get maximum, and that is what the study IQ is attempting here. Okay, thank you. Wish you all the very best.
Brijesh, what was the score in last interview?
170.
170. So you are a candidate that can score more than 200. Actually, I feel the only things that you need to take care of is that, as sir said, self-awareness, articulation, like attak nahi bolna. Okay, so you can just practice for the next few days. That you can give yourselves questions. Try to practice them. एक flow में सारी speech आनी चाहिए. दूसरी चीज़, try to be very careful regarding few things. जैसे सर ने कहा किशोर भाई, right? So you could have replied like this, that sir, Kishore Bhai is my surname. You can call me that, or my name is Brijesh.
I deliberately asked that question. I knew that the termination is your father's name.
So there will be some instances where the interview panel will try to, put you in that condition to just check your temperament. So be careful with that, and you will do well.
Just brush up your knowledge around your DAF. Yeah, read your own DAF carefully. You cannot really afford to not know about the key features of your own state, right?
ठीक समझिएगा.
और भौं अपनी भौं जो ऐसे मटकाते हो ना, वो मत करो. Some members ऐसे नहीं. इसका मतलब ये होता है कि वो नहीं.
इंटरव्यू के टाइम he was controlling that.
Yeah.
इंटरव्यू के टाइम he was controlling that.
जोश के साथ होश रखने का है. जोश जबरदस्त है, होश रखने का. When you have
बढ़िया करोगे, 200 plus आएगा.
Then you are articulate, then you are thinking, you are patient, you are not aggressive, you are confident.
White shirt पहन के जाना.
Sir, I am not going to put on this shoot. I have other things. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you.
Good luck.
All the best.